Hey guys, my name is Casey. I'm a co-founder of a company called Packback. I founded Packback in college, and at Packback we created an artificial intelligence that can quantify and improve student curiosity and critical thinking skills, the applications of which we believe are significant not only in education, but in the future of how people get jobs. So we believe the root of the problem of education stems from the fact that we've been forced and we have had to be focused on performance outcomes like GPA and test score, as opposed to any meaningful learning outcomes like curiosity, critical thinking, problem solving, grit, humility, EQ, or any of the reasons why people get jobs today. And the reason for that is because those things are really hard to measure. And I think we can all agree that the future of education lies in the fact that technology is enabling us to personalize learning experiences and adapt to the needs of every student. But the question that not many people, I think, ask are what type of learning are we actually personalizing? We think about that in a popular academic framework called Bloom's taxonomy of cognition. That's the basis for our product. At the bottom levels of Bloom's are basic orders of thinking, like remembering or understanding, what we might assess in a multiple choice exam, fill in the blank. Towards the top are things that we might assess in writing a thoughtful essay, having an awesome discussion, or doing a case, all of things which are hard to scale in large environments and online environments. Unfortunately, most ed tech solutions today do personalize learning experiences, but they optimize on helping students memorize more effectively. At Packback, we've created a social Q&A learning platform backed by our artificial intelligence that college professors use to replace their discussion environments in order to allow students to ask and answer higher order questions and answers to each other, improving their critical thinking capability. How many of you have seen something like this in one of your prior discussions maybe? Typical college discussion type of content that we might see. And on Packback, our content looks like this. This is a question asked from an 18-year-old in a gen ed chem class, Introductory to Chemistry at University of Alabama, and they were guided only by our AI. It's a question asked by a student on their own because they were interested in asking that type of question. Students go through a curriculum of asking open-ended questions on Packback that don't have a right or wrong answer. That's driven by their own interests and allowing them to ask and answer questions to each other that allow them to connect abstract concepts and ideas, enabling those skills to shine. So again, on one part, our AI can actually quantify some of these soft skills, but on the other side, it actually acts as a digital TA, allowing these communities to self-manage and scale for instructors. We do it in 4 different ways. Number 1, our AI can actually identify top content on the platform and make it most visible, allowing students to model better behaviors and allow them to strive up to what's actually possible from their peers. Number 2, our AI actually moderates these communities at scale, allowing us to deliver on our value prop of being a digital TA, maintaining a minimum degree of quality for our instructors, but also allowing our students to get one-to-one personal coaching on how to improve on Packback as well. Number 3, our AI coaches students in real time, as opposed to them handing in an assignment and getting them feedback after the fact. Our AI is actually coaching them in real time, enabling them to improve on the spot. And last and most importantly, our AI is actually able to take this subjective, open-ended piece of content and score it and quantify some of those soft skills that we talked about, that are those learning outcomes that are allowing professors to actually enable their curriculum to grade for what actually matters. Our distribution side is simple. We go direct to a professor who makes decisions within weeks. Professors adopt it as part of their curriculum where we solve pain points for them on improving student engagement and improving student critical thinking capability. Students pay a subscription and we build critical mass on campuses, then eventually going up market into the institution after we've already demonstrated success across thousands of students. We're growing, we're approaching our first million in ARR. Not only are our professors retaining, but they are referring as well. And once we break into one department, we see growth be pretty organic and viral very quickly and bring it to the rest of the department. We're raising a Series A to grow from 1 to 10 mil ARR over the next 2.5 years. Some of our accounts that are using Packback on the direct-to-professor side, typically large state schools with high student-to-faculty ratios. And on the flip side, on the enterprise side, online schools, large online environments as well, that we're having conversations not only about student engagement, but how student engagement leads to improved retention. But all this doesn't matter until we talk about what results are. And for us, we have a 90% annual professor retention rate, a 91% weekly active user rate. And in a student quote, I can speak from my perspective that Packback questions gives me better understanding of class topics, but it also awakens my genuine curiosity. And in her words, that's more important than anything else in my education. What's fascinating for us is we're actually collecting more information than LinkedIn does today on a student's capability of being a good fit for a job or internship. We've had a lot of interest from employers on licensing our data and working with our students in order to enable them to be placed in the right jobs and internships. Students opt into the service. It's something that we're in beta for right now, but in our vision of actually directly aligning the job and labor markets. The TAM for critical thinking is huge. We are today focused on higher ed, but the platform's already ready for high school. It's a very different distribution process, as we all know. But our immediate target market that we're servicing are large lecture halls, big online environments where the pain point is greatest. We are a young team. This is my first company. We're now growing and starting to bring on some great senior talent. We just hired one of the top institutional sales reps at McGraw to lead enterprise sales at Packback, and are starting to scale, as well as have built a pretty notable culture across startups in Chicago. And the last thing I'll leave you with is a stat that 20% of students on Packback actually do more than the required homework on the platform. And when we talked about the future of what personalized learning means, I don't think it means improved GPAs or improved test scores or homework assignments, or whatever the case is. What personalized learning enables us to do is create a truly autonomous, self-directed, self-motivated learner that's motivated to succeed and is truly engaged with the content. Thanks, guys. My name is Casey.